It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
Hey, Martha, time to retire. You've lost your mind, and your face has more wrinkles than an orangutan's ball sack.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans, I hate Trump, and guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Okay, these woke people are actually losing their minds over this. They really are exposing their true selves. Darcy Waldron says, too bad they weren't a better shooter. Absolutely disgusting. Someone replied and said, well, that's pretty corrupt and evil. Why do you think like that? And she said, well, he is the definition of corrupt and evil. Anyway, she gets confronted whilst at work and crumbles. Let's check it out.
Are you Darcy Waldron? Yeah?
I was Waldron, yeah.
Okay, from Cayuga? And you think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook? You think that the shooter should have been a shooter, huh?
I am at work.
Yeah, I think that's pretty messed up. Pretty anti-American, if you ask me. As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country? Huh? I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. And I'm making you famous.
And people are concerned and expressing concern that we won't be the guardians of memory. And that we will allow Donald Trump, as he is, bathed in the glory and grandeur of his party, to rewrite himself as both a hero and a victim, that people who are the most vulnerable to not just the things he's done, but the things he's promising to do, and that will then happen without a guardian saying, wait, stop. And then the media will acquiesce to this rewrite. And the people that I've been talking to don't accept the rewrite.
Probably one of the most delusional takes. I mean, the media is absolutely insane. They're losing their minds. Joy Reid is more concerned that Trump may now be considered a victim after he was technically a victim of a shooting. And she doesn't want him to be able to rewrite himself as the victim. Why not, Joy? You've made a whole career of being the victim. You've never been shot, and you played the victim every single day. So this was Trump's entrance to the RNC convention yesterday. And to me, it doesn't even look like he's playing the victim. It just looks like business as usual.
Donald J. Trump.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and you trying to take my life away. I put a hole in it for fucking with me.
Loud cracking noises. At first, I thought, is that fireworks?
There were reports of a lot of noise, a loud noise.
We heard the loud noises.
There were loud noises.
We heard those noises.
Loud noises were heard.
We had heard those, whatever that sound was.
What is that change going to look like, Don? What practically, your father as president, I think you would even say, was a divisive figure. What's it going to look like in the second term?
I don't think he was a divisive figure at all. I think the media created divisiveness around him. They lied about Russia collusion. They said he was a traitor. They went after him in every which way as possible. If the media actually starts being an honest broker, talking about the things that he did, the prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now, I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Will we continue to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents?
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Okay, sure.
Will there be a second family separation policy?
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
Now, it's only been 48 hours since the former president was shot at, hit on the ear, and unfortunately someone in the crowd died. A man jumped in front of his daughter and saved her life, so that is absolutely tragic. And here we have MSNBC jumping straight back onto the bullshit and trying to continuously divide people while all they seem to be talking about is unity. Well, they're not practicing what they preach, are they? Here's The View with their delusional take. This one's probably even worse. Get ready for this.
Has to do that. And I also need to say, I hope that at some point in this country, we do have a conversation about what is happening, because we can't just react when it is our side. What was this again? It was, a 20-year-old lone wolf, white, whack job with easy access to a gun. And we have to have a conversation about that. Because it wasn't a drag queen. It wasn't an immigrant. It wasn't a pissed off liberal woman. This keeps happening. And we need to react, not as left or right, not as Republicans or Democrats. We need to react as Americans.
All right.
And we need to ask better.
Okay, I just want to add that the shooter, yes, he was a 20-year-old kitchen worker from nearby Bethel Park in Pennsylvania. According to a CNN report, a senior law enforcement official said that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition from a local gun store hours before the rally. Shouldn't that have been reported? Somebody buys a 20-year-old white guy? I mean, we've seen that many times now, young white men with guns, and nobody reported that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition?
Well, there's also a post-mortem, as Alyssa said.
Like, the View is just race-baiting trash. They're just so unhinged. She says in one sentence, we need to react to this as Americans, basically trying to unite everybody. But just before that, she said, look, it wasn't an immigrant, it was a white male, remember that. And then her colleague goes on to say, yeah, look, that should have raised alarm bells, you know, a 20-year-old white male bought a gun. These are the people who are driving the divide, alright? It's so obvious. They're doing it right in front of you while simultaneously saying, we want to unite everybody.
So close. I'm not gonna expand on what I'm about to say because it'll probably get taken down. But like, A for effort, man.
Bruh.
Good for trying. He tried. There was an attempt made. So close.
Somebody shot at Trump at a rally like a couple of minutes ago, and it grazed him by the ear. There was some bleeding, and whoever did that, like, if you're gonna, like, do this, can you, like, pick somebody who knows how to shoot a gun? Like, can you imagine? Like, even the person who shot JFK was, like, a fucking sniper. And, like, imagine going to jail for popping someone's ear. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, do it.
It's a false flag.
False flag.
Yeah, false flag.
Somebody died and 2 people injured. What do you think about that?
False flag.
False flag.
I thought it was magnificently staged. It was professionally done. It almost looked real.
Wait. Staged by who?
Oh, by Mr. Trump, of course.
I think this whole thing is staged.
No.
Please don't. We're so anti-Trump. I don't even want to.
Was it a bad thing, though?
I mean,
Was it a bad thing? Would you condemn it?
Oh, that he got shot at? Of course.
Yeah, you never do that.
Of course, you don't do that.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, exactly. You don't do that. Was it staged? Probably.
Staged?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was fake.
Of course.
One person died in the crowd, 2 critically injured. What happened there?
It's a small price. It wouldn't matter to Trump. Do you think he cares if people die for him to be elected? Death doesn't mean anything to Trump.
When you're ready, on you. Ready, move. You're okay. Everyone calm down. You're okay. You're okay.
After Secret Service Barbie, a highly trained member of the Secret Service, removes her weapon from its holster for the very first time in her career. She struggles to return her pea shooter as though it's her first day on the job. Fortuitously, her skills from a previous life as an amateur actress come into play, allowing her to convincingly mimic the swift draw of the weapon and scan the horizon for threats. Chewing her gum nonchalantly, she attempts to exude a tactical demeanor, reminiscent of a fusion between the Blues Brothers and Rosie O'Donnell. Despite her efforts, our agent's attempt to return her wireless hole punch to its home results in another failure. While she may have faltered at this most basic of tasks, she certainly looked cool while doing it.
So a lot of information has been coming out over Twitter and people are saying it looks really suspicious. A lot of people complained to the police and Secret Service and it seemed like nothing was done about it, okay? Someone said, look, there's an assassin on the roof aiming at Trump.
So nobody cares.
Hey, here's a new Call of Duty coming next year. Call of Duty, diversity higher.
I was told that if you
want to really see something that said, take a look what happened. A couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Right there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
Trump shooter was spotted on the roof 26 minutes before the assassination attempt as pressure mounts on Secret Service over botched security. Guys, let me know down below, do you think this was an inside job or do you think it was just gross incompetence? Comment down below. Watch as Joe Biden misgenders his Secret Service director.
Is it acceptable that you have still not heard, at least publicly, from the Secret Service director?
Oh, I've heard from him.
But have you heard from her publicly?
Publicly, I've sat down in a situation room downstairs with the Secret Service, the FBI, the national security agencies, the Homeland Security, all the major elements.
Now, Kimberly Chiattle is the Secret Service director. She's a woman, and the funny thing is, she was actually appointed by Joe Biden, so it's kind of surprising that he doesn't know she's a woman. He just misgendered her on live TV.
You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there was very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him. Focus on what he's doing.
He has said many, many times, after having been questioned many times about this, that he's not stepping down and he's going to be the nominee. So at some point, Democrats have to decide that they want to try to win this election and turn their fire on Donald Trump. I think there is, I shouldn't have said turn their fire. I apologize. That was not the phrase that I meant.
Stupid
Excuse me, Kristen, I have a question. NBC reported that when Trump was assassinated, attempted assassination, it was popping noises that was initially reported. Would you like to respond to that? No? Yep. All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez, and this is actually Kristen Welkener right behind me of NBC News, the exact same network that reported after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump that it was just popping noises. Kristen, would you like to say anything? No? Would anybody, a part of NBC, like to say anything about your faulty reporting? Not at all? Okay. So that's your mainstream media, ladies and gentlemen. And we have CNN here, we have MSNBC, we have NBC. So this week I'm really going to try to ask all of these media members what their response is to their networks and this faulty reporting.
So they want to spread misinformation and push whatever agenda they're pushing, but when they get confronted, they don't like it. I mean, she was shook. Look at her face. She couldn't believe it, and then she ran away. So a big shout out to Savannah Hernandez. Keep doing your thing. This recent tweet from Natalie Winters says, if Biden were almost assassinated, do you think the Democrats would be pushing unity? No, they'd be weaponizing the full force of the government to crack down on MAGA. The media would be blaming this on Trump 24/7. Big tech censorship would be in overdrive, and they'd probably be laying the groundwork for delaying the election. You can't have unity with people who want you dead and your movement crushed. Let me know your thoughts down below.
You can take my ears, but you cannot take my liberty. They want to cut off my ears like the Taliban, but what they don't know is my ears can grow back like SpongeBob through budding, by the way. Hit me with your best shot, why don't you? Because if that's the best you got, you're a loser. You're such a loser, you missed so bigly. By the way, you had a big opportunity. You could have made my head blow up on TV, but you didn't do that, did you? Now my ear is going to grow back bigger and better. It will have better hearing. I will hear like an owl.